morning, Mananga. Welcome to the third day of Student Induction Program, Part 2. Today's session will be handled by Professor Dr. Jude Martin Mendes, HOD, Ash Department, ISAT. He was the former Vice Principal at St. Albert's College, Ernakulam, and also the Head of Department of Chemistry. He completed his PhD in Polymer Science and Rubber Technology from Cochin University of Science and Technology in 2010. He has around 32 years of teaching experience. He was the member of subject expert panel in chemistry at Paramada College, Kargil, Vidyabhavan. He was also the member of Board of Studies in Chemistry at NG University, Sacred Heart College, Tevara, and St. Albert's College, Ernakulam. So it's my pleasure to welcome you, sir, to this program. Sir, over to you, sir. Good, sir.
Good morning, one and all, and I hope I'm audible to all of you, and you're able to see my slides. Somebody please respond.
Sir.
So you can see me, you can hear me as well as you can see the slides.
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so today's session, we are going to speak something about how to motivate the students. See, you have all come to the institution in order to graduate. You want to go out with a cap on your head and not without the cap as the person standing at the center. And our duty as teachers is to help you to reach your goal, to see that you become a graduate, you succeed in life. And we are going to help you in doing so. Okay? This great man, you know him, you have seen him in many pictures, many articles, Mr. Sundar Pichai. He's from Hyderabad. Right now, he's the CEO of Google, and we are right now in a Google Meet. We are using Google. So a very famous quote is that people like us, we say, you ask Google for anything, Google has got the answer for you. The experience on your side will also be the same. When you want some reference, when you want to know some term, you immediately search in Google, and Google gives you answer. But this man, you have to listen to him, and I'm very sorry I don't have the audio and video with me. I will quote him in certain things. He went to California 27 years back, and when he went to California for his education, he mentioned his father had to spend his 1 year's salary. The flight ticket charge was so high, his father's 1 year's salary had to be spent for his flight ticket. His backpack, the bag that you put on your back with your books and all that, that would cost him his father's 1 month's salary. This young man, 18, 19, when he went to US for studies, he was so homesick. He wanted to call home every day, but he was unable to do so because every minute he spoke to his house, he had to shell out $2. The communication was far behind, unlike what we have now. We do everything internet call, WhatsApp call, everything. It doesn't charge you much. But those days, way back in 1993, we couldn't dream of a computer. When I studied, we had no computers. We had no photostat machines as you have of today. Very crude form of photostat machines and very few available in town. So whenever we wanted a copy of a certificate, we used to go to the typewriting center where they used the old typewriter, tuck, tuck, tuck. You can see those letters going and hitting the carbon and the print coming on the paper. We used to get everything typed and then get it attested. No internet connectivity. Now you say, okay, from the internet you download, you don't need a signature even. That is the condition what we have come to. That is how much technology has grown. So we are to grow again. That is what we are going to do in the coming 4 years at ISAC. Okay, so I'll quote Mr. Sundar Pichai. Do not lose hope about the future due to the current situation. This is the speech he made in 2020 June when the students were graduating from a university in America. Do not lose hope about the future due to the current situation. You know, it's a pandemic now. People are losing their jobs. This cannot go on ever and ever. A vaccine is going to come surely. The situation is coming under control. And we will go back to the old boom where all had jobs. So just wait a little. Remember that our ancestors to have overcome similar situations. You are capable of taking the world to a new level and discovering new levels of technology. With your education, you should use your education to do something good for the mankind. One should always look into the future with optimism. That's what I mentioned. This current situation is not going to remain forever and ever. It is going to change for the brighter future. It says, in my childhood, technology was not easily accessible, and you are living in a period where you can ask a computer about anything. You don't have to even type now. Google is providing you apps that you speak and it immediately gets typed out. I missed my home and my friends, but I could access the computer anytime I wanted. Internet was available, and that period made me realize the potential of technology. He went from Hyderabad, where there were no computers available, and he went to a place where he could use computer at any time. From an Indian student who reached California 27 years ago to this moment of addressing you as a CEO of Google, what led me throughout was my unwavering passion for technology and an open mind. This is what we want you to have. Unwavering passion for technology and an open mind. An open mind to serve the human race, to serve the country, to serve the nation. Find ways that excite you. Don't take in the beaten path. Find ways that can excite you. Go where your deep passion leads you. Be open-minded, impatient, never satisfied with anything, and never give up. I can tell you, you have the opportunity to change the world. That's Sundar Pichai. Beautiful words, and this is where we begin. Going to another legend, Mr. Barack Obama, the former president of the United States of America. This man, he lost his father when he was 2 years old, and he was brought up by his mother. single mother who educated her son. They had to migrate from US to Indonesia in search of job, and his mother couldn't educate him in the best of the schools that she wanted to. She wanted her son to get American education, but she was unable to do so because she had very meager income. So what she used to do is she collected the books. She used to teach her son extra than what he learned in school. She had to work at the same time. So she used to wake him up at 4:30 in the morning. Mind you, we are people who get up at 7. Okay. But Barack Obama, he used to get up at 4:30 in the morning, grumbling all over, telling his mother, I want to sleep. But mother kept on forcing him and gave him all extra what she could do. That was his school education. Once he came into the college, once he came into the university, one of the meetings that was held in the university was addressed by two leaders from South Africa. They're members of the African National Congress. And that was the time when the struggle against apartheid was going on in in South Africa, I'm sorry, in South Africa. And that was the time when their great leader, Nelson Mandela, was in jail. From jail, he was encouraging his people to fight against apartheid. These people came to the university, they spoke about what was being done in South Africa, how the people in South Africa, how the black people in South Africa were suffering, and how they were fighting to get equality. And that gave a lot of direction to Barack Obama. He went in to study law, and he became a civil rights advocate who could fight against civil rights. So that is how he came into studying law and getting into his profession. And later on, you know the remaining story. Okay, now let's hear to Barack Obama. Uh, he was addressing the same set of students Sundar Pichai addressed in 2020. Sundar Pichai has said that Barack Obama and Michelle Obama were there. A lot of other famous people were there on the same board. Okay, they had a Google Meet to address the students. Okay, see what he says. America has gone through tough times before. There was slavery, civil war, famine, disease, the Great Depression, and recently the 9th November incident. Each time we came out stronger, usually because a new generation, young people like you, learned from the past mistakes and figured out how to make things better. You won't get it right every time. You will make mistakes like we all do. But if you listen to the truth that's inside yourself, even when it is hard, even when it is inconvenient, people will notice. They will gravitate towards you, and you will be the part of solution instead the part of the problem. I repeat, you will be part of the solution instead of part of the problem. This is what we want you to do after your education. I would like to read out something what Mr. Barack Obama spoke. Every single one of you has something to offer. You have a responsibility to yourself to discover what that is. That is the opportunity education can provide. Maybe you could be a great writer. You may write a book or an article, a columnist, or a poet. But you might not know it until you write that English assignment that is given to you. You will know it when your English teacher corrects it for you and comments over it. Maybe you could be an innovator or an inventor, or maybe even good enough to come up with a new iPhone or a vaccine. You will know it only when you do your science project. Maybe you could be a mayor or senator or judge, but you might not know it until you join the student government or the debate team. No matter what you want to do with your life, you will need education to do it. Whatever you want to be, you need good education for that career. You cannot drop out of school and drop into a good job. You got to train for it and work for it and learn for it. What you make up of your education will decide nothing less than the future of your country. What you make up of your education will decide nothing less than the future of your country. So, with these words, I'm getting into my job, motivation, how to motivate a student. What do you mean by the term motivate? To provide with a motive. And what's a motive? Something that causes a person to act in a certain way. We'll come to all that slowly one by one. Something that causes a person to act in a certain way. Now, you have come to this educational institution. You have joined a particular course because you have a motivation inside you. You want to become something. What is that something? You know what that is. And then you try to work to reach to that goal. And when you reach that goal, we say, yes, there is success. When the achievement of something desired, planned, or attempted, when you reach that place, you say, you have succeeded. What is motivation? It's a process which begins with the fire's psychological need or deficiency, which triggers behavior or a drive that is aimed at a goal or an incentive. Okay? Motivation. See, you want to become a software engineer. You want to become an automobile engineer. Or you want to become a mechanical engineer. You select that particular course. Okay. Next thing what you have to do is you have to learn more about it. So you have selected a course. You have selected an institution, a good institution, which can help you to reach to that particular goal. Okay? And then your mind starts to work. How can I reach there? What are the steps I have to go through? This is where we people come into play. We help you to climb the steps one by one and reach to your final goal. And then we all enjoy that particular success. When you succeed, we teachers also succeed along with you. So we enjoy it together. Okay? So motivation is a process which begins with a psychological need or deficiency which triggers behavior or a drive that is aimed at a goal or an incentive. The willingness to do something. When you have motivation, you do something to reach your goal. It's conditioned by the action's ability to satisfy some need for the individual. When you become an engineer, when you become a successful automobile engineer, when you become a successful software engineer, yes, I have fulfilled my desire. Okay? Motivation is the consequence of an interaction between the individual and the situation. Situation, you want to get something. You work for getting that something. You need some support. You need some motivation. We are there to provide you both. People who are motivated exert a greater effort to perform than those who are not motivated. So if you are motivated, you are going to work hard. So what are the primary motives that you have? Hunger. You want food. You want water. Thirst. You need water. You need clothing. When you want to go out of your room, you need a clean clothing. When you feel tired, you need sleep. And this is what we all got as young people. And even now, enjoy that maternal concern. Your mother, always there, whatever it is, you call, Amma, I want that. Mom, I want that. Okay, she's there to see. Secondary motives. This is you get once you start learning. Curiosity. You want to know more and more. When you learn about something, if that something fascinates you, then immediately you start searching. What is next? What is next? What is next? That's your curiosity. Or when you read a story, you come to a particular page, you come to a particular sentence, that catches your imagination. Then, what is going to happen next? What is going to happen next after that, step by step? That's what you are going to feel. Curiosity, manipulation, how to reach there. Can I reach it by hard work? Or should I do some wrong way? Okay? So if your curiosity and if you're ready to work, you don't need manipulation. So either one, either curiosity or manipulation. Okay? One should be there for you. But the general motives, which cannot be included into primary and secondary motives. Okay, motives which cannot be termed primary or secondary. Primary needs try to reduce the tension or stimulation, whereas general needs induces the individual to enhance the amount of stimulation. And they're called the stimulus motives like love, concern, affection. All this comes up later in life. This is the motivational hierarchy. People have been divided into three classes. People who don't have any motivation. They live as whatever happens to them, they are not bothered. If I get to eat, I eat. If I don't get to eat, I stay hungry. If I have a good shirt, I wear it. If I don't have, okay, I sit somewhere quiet. You have a set of people like that, okay, who have no motivation at all. The next second set is they do something for a reward or to please others. Now, see, if in a family, if your elders are, they've reached a good job, a good position, then you too want to reach there. Okay? If you don't work up to that particular level, you have the feeling, what will others think about me? My brother has reached so high. I've not been able to reach to that. So you have to work. You have to please others. Or, okay, you get so much marks, you get a cycle. You get so much marks, you get a laptop. You get so much marks, you pass out with so much, you get a bike. Yeah, you work for a reward. And these two, they're called extrinsic motivation. The third group at the top, that's a very small group. They have a joy in their mind when they do something. When you help somebody, when you help a blind man to cross the road, immediately the blind man, he cannot see you, but he will give you a smile. And that smile is going to remain in your mind. Did somebody ask you, help that blind man cross the road? You did it of your own. Okay, that's your intrinsic motivation. You have something in your mind, I want to help others. When I see a sick person, I help him. When I see an old man getting into the bus, if I have a seat, If I see that man struggling to stand inside the bus, okay, call him, give him the seat, and see the smile on his face. Ah, that man will immediately feel a lot of gratitude for the person who gave the seat. He was struggling inside the bus. He couldn't stand properly. And an unknown person has called him and offered him a seat. And why did you offer that seat? You have a feeling in your mind, I want to help the old. Okay, that's intrinsic motivation. That's what we should have, or we have to try to gain that particular sort of motivation, and not the extrinsic motivation, and not be somebody having no motivation. This is where you have to think, where am I? Which step of the ladder or the staircase I have reached today? Am I at the lowest step, seated idle? I won't do it. This is the people with no motivation. They will accept everything as it comes. They are happy with what they have. If they don't have, they are still happy. They don't feel that others have, no jealousy. Okay, that is the best setup. Person, I won't do it. Second is a person who will try to do things and slowly say, I cannot do it. When he finds he fails, no, I cannot do it. But don't forget that King Robert Bruce, who failed 7 times, and the 8th time he succeeded. Okay? So don't say, I can't do it. You have to say, I can do it. The third set of people, they are trying to do it. I want to do it. Somehow I want to do. But how do I do it? I need the help of others. That is where you have your mentors, you have your tutors, you have your teachers, you have your professors, you have your parents, all of them always ready to support you, to help you, to give you directions, to give you guidance. Only thing, our mind should be ready to accept something what others are ready to offer you. And once you get that, immediately you'll say, I will try to do it. And then slowly you will come into a state, yes, I did it. That gives a lot of happiness for you. And not alone for you, that's a big happiness for all of us who are there, who are supporting you to do that. Okay? So always keep in mind, we are there to help you, and we will feel happy when you succeed. Okay? Now, we are getting into certain things in motivation. This was the Vincent Tindo study. He was a professor at the Syracuse University of Sociology in New York. In fact, Vincent Tindo is a graduate in physics, and then later on, he did his PhD in sociology and education. And he was the chair of higher education at the Syracuse University of Sociology. And he wrote a famous book, Leaving College. That's the caption that has come there. Vincent Tindo's Leaving College. It was published in 1990, and this is based on a lot of case studies in the 60s and 70s, based on a lot of papers published about the student needs, or what happens to the students in getting into the colleges and the universities. Remember, those were the days when there were difficulties in getting educational loans. There were no educational loans. If you don't have money, you can't go to the higher education institution. There were no much scholarships to be offered those days. So they had a lot of problems with the student community that came up into the college. And based on that, this particular book was published. And see the point what are being mentioned. See, there are people who have absence of goals. They don't know why are they into the educational institution. So they don't have any intention to become something. They soon drop out from the system. There are people who are committed, and there are people who do not have any commitment. The people who do not have any commitment will be unwilling to put in effort. And when you are unwilling to put in effort, you have area papers, and automatically you get thrown out from the education system. So, no commitment. That was a big problem those days. Adjustment. You should be able to adjust to your academic demands. You should work so many hours per day so that you are able to do the work that is given to you. You are able to learn what was taught to you and all such things. So you have to do a lot of adjustments. All these days, after your plus two education, you were free. Most of you were free and you did whatever you wanted. You were free to work, right? But you are coming into a situation when you are going to start to work. So you need to make a lot of adjustments. You have to cut short the number of movies that you watch on the television. You have to cut short the number of games you watch on television. I know right now it is the ISL time and you want to watch football. I know the cricket series are going on. Australia, India is on. New Zealand, West Indies is on. South Africa, there are matches going on. In Pakistan, the Pakistan Professional League is going on. So many cricket matches are going on, and you like to watch them. You love to watch them. But you'll have to cut short all such things. You have to adjust to finish your work. Difficulties, learning difficulties, adjusting difficulties, no commitment. So you get out of the institution. You're thrown out. You are a mismatch with the institution. The institution has got certain guidelines, and if you don't fit into, you become a mismatch there. So you should be able to adjust to the rules and regulations of the institution, the level that the institution is providing. Only then you can thrive in an educational institution. Absence of social interaction. You get isolated. You don't have friends. You get isolated. And when you see that your other co-students, they enjoy with their friends, you don't have any friends, you feel lonely. And that is going to create problems in your life. So you need social interaction to a limit. Obligation. Okay, your friends are there, your family is there, your employment is there. This is in the early years in the 60s and 70s when people had to work and then learn. Both had to go on together. They work in the night shift, daytime they come to the institution. So they're sleepy in the institution. When they go back to the factory, they work, they study, they spend a lot of time. There's no time for the rest. So they are tired in their workplace. So a lot of adjustments to be done there. Finance. I told you, that was a time when there were no educational loans and all such things. So there was a lot of problems in that way. Okay. Now, how are we going to motivate you? When you come into an engineering college, we introduce you to the engineering course. That is what you went through in the last week. You were divided, you had different classes, and you learned what you are going to see in the college. Your college principal addressed you, the vice principal addressed you, your head of the department addressed you, your tutors addressed you. And now you have a knowledge what is happening in the college. So you know you are doing such a course. What are the features available in the institution? What can my college give you? Now it's becoming your college also. Okay, it's our college now. What can our college offer you? You have seen that, and that's what we did in the last week. You're going to learn about other engineering courses. In the first year of your study, you'll be learning about all branches of engineering, and maybe you can decide on certain things based on that. What should be your major and what should be your minor? You can opt papers. Now, if you're doing your computer science and engineering, you can opt one or two papers other than from that particular branch. You have minor courses like that. Okay, so you can learn on other courses also along with your major, and then advising and mentoring. You have your you have your mentors, you have your tutors, you have a senior tutor and a class tutor. Okay, a senior tutor will be an experienced teacher who's going to help you when you have your problems. You have mentors for you. They are going to be your good brothers or your elder sister or elder brother who will keep in close contact with you, who will find out your problems and try to help you out during your problems. That's what you do in mentoring. Okay. Now, success process. First, you have to identify your goal. Most of you already identified your goal and you have selected particular course. Excuse. Okay, we'll see more points about that. Strengthening your commitment to goal. How to reach that goal? How can I succeed? I want to become something. So how can I succeed in that? Your commitment has to be strengthened. You have to change your behavior. I told you, you'll need a lot of adjustments to be done. In the previous slide, we saw how to change, how to make changes. I'll tell you about that. You have to change your attitude. Okay? Uh, you are studying from home nowadays. So when you come to the institution, you will come to know better how to change. Okay? So your goal identification. Basic idea is that you should know what you want to become. You should have an idea what you want to become. It is not what your father said, be so and so. It is not what your mother said, be so and so. But your inside, there will be something, I want to become so and so. And mind you, learning engineering doesn't say that you become an engineer. You can go into different services. You can go into IAS. You can go into the administrative service because, see, you need two papers to qualify for IAS. And you will get both papers when you're doing your engineering. So you don't have to go for a particular type of coaching to learn the second paper, what I should write. So always there is a plus. Okay? So you can turn into the administrative services also. Okay? So how can I ever expect to get somewhere if you don't know where you want to go? So, firstly, I want to become something. That idea should be there in your mind. Okay? And you're going to see how far I am. Right at the beginning, your goal is on the rooftop. Step by step, you climb up. Slowly, slowly, you reduce the distance between your goal and yourself, and then reach your goal. So it's going to measure. Okay? Every day, you can see you are inching closer and closer to your goal. And that is what we are going to help you to do. And this gives your life a direction. Yes, I have a goal, I have set a goal, and I'm going to succeed with it. So I will look at the goal, and I will walk towards the goal. There'll be a lot of distraction. It is not going to bother me. A lot of people are going to trouble me. No, I will overcome all the troubles. Yes, your life is going to get a direction. And this is what I want you to do. You should arrange your priorities. Arrange your priorities. I want to become so and so. If that is not there, I want to become so and so. You should have at least one or two options to reach. Okay. And then how to reach that. That is what we're going to see. Next is strengthening your commitment to the goal. You should know, if I become so and so, what are the benefits? What are the rewards? What are the opportunities that I get? We'll see to that under the term goal clarification. The next slide will be that. Then, understanding the essence. Okay? What am I going to learn? That's what we gave you the last week, the class about your engineering branch. Increasing the global awareness. Don't keep your eyes closed to the world around you. You should know what are the changes that take place in the world, and how is my goal going to accept that particular change. So you should have awareness, you should have a very strong foundation, and then build slowly, slowly, slowly on that foundation towards the present scenario. Okay? And you should be able to plan, how can I reach to that particular, to my goal. So you should have a roadmap or a step-by-step plan. We will be helping you to make your own roadmap. Okay. So goal clarification, rewards and opportunities of engineering. One is job satisfaction. See, you decided you want to become something. When you become something, and when you work in that field, every day after your work, yes, I applied something what I learned. That gives you a lot of satisfaction. You could complete your work on time, and your seniors or your boss, he was satisfied with you. That gives you a lot of satisfaction. Varied opportunities. When you get into a particular field, you'll find out, yes, I can do something today. The next day, what work I get is going to be something else than what I did yesterday. So you're going to have a number of opportunities working in that particular field. It's not going to be stereotyped. Okay, your work is challenging. Yes, you'll be given a time frame. You have to finish the work within that time frame. So it's a challenge for you. Intellectual development. When something new is given to you, the first thing what you have to do is you have to learn about it. So that is going to keep on increasing your knowledge. Intellectual development is going to take place. Social impact. When you go higher and higher in your job, people will say, this guy is good, he can work. He can work. Okay, that's a social impact. Okay, financial security, your salary, your income, your overtime, everything that comes up. Prestige, when you get into a good job, when you get into a good institution, in a well-paid place, okay, that's your prestige. Okay, Pro- professional environment, people who surround you will always be people like you. In your workplace, people like you will be along with you. So you have a very good working environment. Your office is meant for something. All the people working in that office will be focused into that particular work. So no gossip, no time for anything else. So you get a good professional environment. Then you get a good understanding how things work. And this is the function of varied opportunities. And then you have to, when the job is given to you have to make a roadmap for which you need creative thinking. How can I reach to complete the job that's given to me? Okay? Changing behaviors. Okay? Behaviors for success in math, science, engineering study. Okay? You should be able to change your lifestyle as per what is required. We'll come to that. And then pedagogy for change, we'll be seeing more about that. Okay. Now, behaviors for success. Time and energy devoted to studying. Now, you are right now a student. Okay. So, your energy should be spent to study and not for anything else. Okay. You need some games, you need some socializing. Everything should be there, but the major time, major energy should be spent, should be devoted to study. Study from class to class rather than from test to test. See, are you a student? As a student in the plus one and plus two, you had daily classes. Yeah, plus one and plus two classes. There was no pandemic or anything. You had classes, except in the 2 months, September, October, when you had the rain holidays, floods, and all that. Otherwise, you had your regular classes. Were you the type that would study when the terminal exams are announced? You just spent night overnight to study, or were you of the type who studied every day? Now, when you study every day, class to class, you have just little to work. But if you keep on stacking up things, let the exam come, then I will study. What happens is the workload is going to increase. നമ്മൾ ഒത്തിരി പഠിക്കാനായിട്ട് വരും. അങ്ങനെ വരുമ്പോൾ ഡെയിലി പഠിക്കുവാണെങ്കിൽ ആ കുറച്ചായിട്ട് നമുക്ക് പഠിച്ചു പോകാനായിട്ട് സാധിക്കും. അതേസമയം examination to examination പഠിക്കുവാണെങ്കിൽ you have a load to learn. So change your behavior, study from class to class. Okay? And group study or collaborative learning. Now this is going to give you a competition. Now a group of 5, if all of you are of the same type, yes, one person would finish studying within 10 minutes, the other person will take 15 minutes, the other person will take 20 minutes, other person will take half an hour, or the other person will take 1 hour. The person who takes 1 hour will feel, see, they are able to study fast. Why shouldn't I also do something? Why shouldn't my mind concentrate more that I can also study within half an hour or within 20 minutes? That is the good effect of group study. It also has got bad effects. If the person who takes more time to learn has a greater influence on others, the others will also become somewhat weak. Okay? So you have to select groups in such a way that all of you are of the same mind and can work together. And collaborative learning, see, what happens is, see, when I learn, I get some points. When somebody else learns, they will get some other point. And when you do your group study, there is a discussion. All these points, all will get. So that is a big part of group study and collaborative learning. Making effective use of professors. This is what I tell my students always. We are in the staff room after the class. Please come over there, clear your doubts on the same day. Or at least on the next day, when you meet your professor, when you meet your lecturer, you can straight away walk to that person and say, sir, oh ma'am, I want some help on so-and-so problem. Say, see, I'm free at so-and-so time, please come. Okay, you can go meet that person, you can go meet the teacher, and they will all help you. So you have to make effective use of the professors. Okay, don't leave them free. Don't make them sit idle in their staff room. Go behind them. Ask them to explain things for you. They'll always be ready. And that gives a lot of satisfaction. Okay, my student came to me for something. It gives a satisfaction for us also. Okay, so make effective use of the rehearsal. Preparing for lectures. See, if you do day-to-day learning, if you learn what has been taught today, tomorrow when you sit in the class, okay, this is what I studied yesterday. So what should be next? It can be so and so. It can be so and so. Your mind is saying it can be so and so. And when your professor comes and says, okay, the same thing what you taught her, see the happiness what you're going to get. Okay, so you should be prepared for the class. Not only the teachers, they'll be prepared, well prepared for the class. Okay, we all of us, we come to the class. When we take 1 hour class, we need at least 3 to 4 hours of setting our mind for that particular class. We just don't walk into the class, and you can feel that particular change in ISAT. Okay, then utilizing the resources, you have tutor, you are advisor, and you have counseling session, you have counselors. Make use of all of this. Okay, tutors and advisors, that's about your subject what you're learning. Counselors for your behavior or your difficulties, all that. Okay, then preparing for and taking tests. Every day, every class is a test. Always keep in mind, there can be a test tomorrow. When your teacher gives you a surprise test, you should not be shocked. Oh, I never thought ma'am will give me a test today, so I couldn't fare. Okay, I got 4 marks. That feeling should not come into your mind. You always should be ready. Okay, you can have it tested anytime. Pedagogy for changing behaviors. Establish a baseline. See, a minimum. Every day, I will do so much. But since I had more time, I did something more. Okay, so there should be a baseline. I can do so much. That's the minimum. I will do more than that. And deliver knowledge. You should be able to have healthy discussions among your friends. This is where you're going to share what you found out, and your friend is going to to share what he or she found out, and it becomes double knowledge for both of you. Build a commitment to behavior. See, I've decided I'm going to become something, and I have to behave accordingly. Now, right now, you are a student, so the student is supposed to behave in a certain way when he is in the educational institution. So, see, I've come to an institution. The institution has got its rules and regulations, and I will abide by the rules and regulations so that my stay in the educational institution is going to be happy. So you should have a commitment to that sort of work. Okay. Require or assign implementation. Okay, you have to implement your what you have decided. So for that, you need learning. The class work, the textbooks, the library, the internet, all these are going to help you to implement what you want to be. Process outcome. You should know, if I pass out, what is my plus? If I don't pass out, what is my mind? Okay. So do that work. Okay. Again, conditions for collaborative learning. If people who take the same course, they can stay together and share their knowledge. If you're enrolled in the same section, then yes, you work together, and if you're in the same batch, what you learned today, you both of you or the three of you, it's going to be the same thing can be discussed. But if you are in different classes, that collaborative learning is not easy because what you learn today will be taken for them only some other time. Okay, so you should be in the same class and you should know each other. I felt sad when I went to the second semester classes in the last academic year. I found students who didn't know each other. They stayed together for one semester, but still they didn't know each other. That was a very sad feeling for me. We also studied so many years in school and college, and within a few days, we could get to know each other. So that should happen to your batch. Okay, aware of the efficacy of the collaborative learning. What are the good points? What are the bad points? All this you should be knowing. Okay, now change your attitudes. A lot of negative attitudes that inhibit success are there. Weak commitment to goal of graduating in engineering. I've been forced to learn engineering. Don't have that feeling. You have selected a course which is good for you. I repeat, you have selected a course with the help of your seniors, your elders, your teachers, who are fully aware of that particular course is good for you. So you should have a strong commitment to that particular goal which has been set for you. Otherwise, you are going to have difficulty. So weak commitment to goal of graduating in engineering. Then unrealistic view of what is expected. That is, you have overconfidence, a naive, then low self-confidence. Can I do? Can I do? Will I succeed? Why do you want to have that feeling? You have it in you. Yes, you have it in you. And your mentors, your guides, your teachers, your counselors are going to help you to reach your goal. So you should never go low in self-confidence. I can do. That's your feeling. Lack of self-worth. Am I worthy of all this? Why am I being put into this particular institution? This is the institution where so many good people, so many highly profiled people are learned and gone out. Am I worthy to be here? No, you are worthy. And that is why you have been selected to come to this particular institution. Okay. External locus control. Your activities should be controlled by you and your elders, your teachers, your parents, and not by the external agencies. Like your friends, they have so many motives. There are people who are studying, there are people who are not studying. The people who are not studying will feel, these fellows, they are going for studies again and again. See us, we are free. We have a lot of time to move around. So you should not get trapped into that. Okay. Negative view towards authority figures. Who is this person to command? Do that, do this. I know what I should do. That is not your attitude when you come into an educational institution. The teachers, the professors, your mentors, your guides, they're all there to support you, to give you a better living when you go out of the institution. So your view towards them should be, they are all for my good. My teachers, my professors, my college authorities, they want me to have a better living. So that negative view towards the authority should also go out. Then, unwillingness to seek help. What will my professor think if I go and ask him the doubt? What will my teacher think about me? No, we don't have any such feeling. We have all of you are equal, and maybe when I took class, this particular person couldn't grasp all the points what I spoke to, so he needs some support. I'm ready to give him that support. Okay, so always be willing to meet your teachers, your guides, your advisors to get help from them. Resistant to change. I sleep at 9 in the evening. I get up at 7 in the morning. I brush my teeth. I have my breakfast. I put my bag on my back and come to the education institution. This is not what we want from you. We want you to have a change for the good. Get up early, do your studies, come to college. Go back home, take some rest, take some time for your outings, your socializing, then do your studies. Your life should change accordingly. Tendency towards procrastination, negative view towards time management. Use your time properly. Always keep in mind, I've got only 24 hours. That 24 hours should be utilized in the proper way. I don't have 25 today. I don't have 26 today. I have only 24 today, only 24 tomorrow, and I had only 24 yesterday. I'm going to use the time effectively. Okay. Avoidance of areas of weakness or perceived unpleasantness. That is a person who gives you negative thoughts. Always try to keep away from that particular person. Okay? So you don't feel a sadness in your life. Okay, that's what you have to do. Avoid areas of weaknesses and perceived unpleasantness. We want you to be happy. Then reluctance to work with other students. That's you want to be alone. Okay, I found many students during class. See, when we came to the last semester, the pandemic had started and we had online classes. And during the online classes, people will not ask any doubts. But towards the evening, we'll get a message. Sir, I would like to know much more about this. Yeah, we do give them much more about that. But along with that, giving that person that additional knowledge, what they wanted, the knowledge will also go into the group. And the teachers show that the teacher never mentioned this particular point in class. That's why that some student has asked about it. So something which is not mentioned in the class should go to the class itself, not to that particular person alone. So what we do is we put it onto the class group. Okay, so we want all of you to work together, to share everything together and reach better heights than just be I-oriented. Everything for me. No, it should be for your courses and colleges. And, this is a caption from the Upanishad. You are what your deep driving desire is. As your desire is, so is your will. As your will is, so is your deed. As your deed is, so is your destiny. Okay. So I'm going to the second part. What can you do for your students? What are the teachers doing for you? Implementation exercise. What we do is we try to group you. Okay? We try to group you in groups of 5 or 10 and then give you group exercises. Each one will contribute. It is not the brightest person will do everything, others will copy. No, it's going to be shared and the work has to be shared. Strengthen the commitment. Yes, I've decided to become an electrical engineer. So your teachers will support you to become an electrical engineer. Change your behavior. So many things, so many natures we have to change will be saying down. And change your attitude. Okay, Robo, I told you your behavior towards the authorities, all that has to change. Achievement drive, the desire of an individual to perform in terms of a particular standard of excellence, or their desire to be successful in competitive situations. Okay, that is the drive you should have to achieve something. The desire to be successful in competitive situations. Now, what are the specific characters of a high achiever? He's ready to take moderate risk. He prefers immediate feedback. You would have seen some of your co-students in the class, your exam is over, the next day, goes to the teacher, did you correct my paper? You'll say, let the marks come when it comes. I can be peaceful till then. But a high achiever who's working hard, he wants to know his results at the earliest. That's what we say prefers immediate feedback. Derives satisfaction on the successful accomplishment of the task. If an assignment is given, if he's able to complete the assignment and give it before time, he is the happiest person. When you say, okay, submit it at 9 a.m. after 2 days, if you're able to submit on the next day evening, you should feel happy. You will be more satisfied. Yes, I can do this load of work. Okay? So you derive satisfaction on the successful accomplishment or completion of the task. He has total concentration or preoccupation with the assigned task. Yes, he's fully focused on what he's doing. He's been asked to do something and he's ready to work for that. Total concentration or preoccupation with the assigned task. Okay. Now these are the student-generated strategies. To be a successful student, what are you supposed to use? Limiters and blockers. Your internet, you can use limiters. You can limit, okay, so-and-so sites should not come into. You can block certain sites. You can block pop-ups. You can block up notifications. All such things. What is not required for us, that limit it or block it. Use different browsers when studying. See, you have different browsers on your computer. If you use one for your studies, the other one should be for social life. Okay? Your Facebook and all that, you use one browser. Your study matter, you use another browser. Okay? See, here we have a very good software. You'll be given access to that. As within a few days, you'll get access to that. And there you can see that all notes are available. All the previous question papers are available. All such things you can get from the software that is provided by the college. Okay. Then, turn off Facebook notifications on the cell phone. Normally, when a message comes, somebody has given a message for you on the Facebook. Immediately, okay, Facebook. When I read Facebook, okay, this is the first one what I have. Then what about the next? What about the next? You spend a lot of time. So see that there are no notifications coming to you onto your cell phone. Set an alarm when time to stop. That is, see, you have to partition your day into time for studies, time for socializing, time for enjoyment, and all that. See, if you set it half an hour, when that half an hour is over, an alarm should ring. Okay, it's time up for what I'm doing, and it's time for me to start the next part of the day. Okay. Go to the library or go to a place with no internet so that you don't get notifications. You can fully concentrate on the book that you're reading. or you can concentrate on the part that you're studying. That's the advantage. Remove distractions from the home screen. So many people have very, very funny home screen. Okay. Try to change all that, which will distract you during your studies. No automatic logins. Okay. If you want to get into your mail, you have to type your password. Yes. Get. Rather than going for the e-books, if you are able to get real books, try reading them. Print off assignments. We don't promote printing assignments. We promote writing assignments. So I'm sorry for putting that particular caption. Stop posting photos on WhatsApp, Facebook, all that. It's going to use a lot of your time and energy, and you will want to know what your friend has posted. Too much socializing. See, normally, a person is wasting up to 21 hours per week in socializing. That is 3 hours per day. And in a month, you lose 3 to 4 days. Okay. Where do you lose your time? To hang out with your friends. You go meet your friends, you're unable to say, okay, I'm going to study. Your thought is, if I say I'm going to study, what will my friends think? They too have to study. But remember, they would have taken lower courses. You have taken one of the premium courses, which needs a lot of effort from your part. So in order to study them, you need time. So if you spend a lot of time hanging out with friends, you are going to lose time. I spoke to some of my students when I was teaching in the college where they worked first. They came along with their parents. The parents said, I don't see my student. Father said, I don't see my student, my son, when I come back from work. I see him only the next morning. He'll be sleeping on the bed. Got me? A father comes home from work at 6 or 6:30. After this bath, dinner and all that, he goes to bed by 10 o'clock. This young gentleman has not come back to the house. He's gone somewhere. He spends a lot of time with his friends. He doesn't find time for his family. Okay, you lose a lot of time like that, which you need to change. Studying with friends. I said group discussion is good. But when you go to your friends, it should be study. Okay? It is not to waste time. And say no, fear of losing friends. You're hanging out with friends, studying with your friends. If you move out with that, what will my co-students think about it? So I have a fear of losing friends. So as long as they want me there, I stay back there. It is not that I have so much time. I stay back there so that my friends are happy. That shouldn't happen. Staying out too late, I mentioned the children coming back home late at night. After the parents have already fallen asleep, they open the door, they have their dinner, they leave the vessel somewhere where they feel like and go to sleep. No, that shouldn't happen to you. You should find time to be at home also. You can't say, I have to go. Yes, you have fear of losing friends. But where you have to say, I have to go. Yes, you can go. You at home use that term, I have to go to my friends. I have to go to the playground. But at the playground or with your friends, you never say, I have to go to my house. So that is the change we expect from you. Then driving others. Okay, along with you, when you study, you have to see that your friends also study. Some motivation for them also. Your sleep hygiene. How much should you sleep? Okay, healthy food, not at bedtime. At least 2 hours after dinner, you can go to sleep. So if you have a habit of going to sleep at 10 p.m., you have a dinner around 8. Okay, so that your dinner is half digested. And breakfast makes you smarter. Don't skip food. Don't skip your breakfast. Yes, you had your dinner at around 9 in the night. By the time it is 7 in the morning, it takes around 10 hours. So whatever you had as dinner has been digested. But your enzymes in your body, your digestive enzymes, they are still working. They need something to work on. If they don't get that something to work on, it will work on your intestines. It causes ulcers for you later, burning sensation. And once the ulcers come, easiest treatment is to cut off the intestine, make it shorter. Okay. We don't want that to happen to you. So please don't avoid breakfast. Most people have the complaint. I just got up, I had my bath, I put my uniform, and I came off to college. No time for breakfast. But nobody thinks, why don't I get up 10 minutes early? Huh? Why don't I get up 10 minutes early? So that I get time for my breakfast. Okay. Exercise instead of napping. When you feel you're sleeping, you just get up. If it's your study time, just get up, do a little stretching exercise. Your sleep is gone. You can work. Go to bed and get up at regular time. You should have time. Okay, I go to bed at 10:30. I get up at 5 in the morning. That's my schedule even now. I get up at 5 in the morning. Even today, I got up at 5 in the morning. So make it a practice. Get up, sleep, and get up at regular time. Then plan fun activities for weekend evenings. Yeah, that's the day you had no class on Saturday and Sunday. You had no class, so you had that daily time, daily studying time. That can be reduced, and that can be used as a fun time. Okay. And follow schedule to avoid cramming and the all-nighters. This is where we said study day to day and not exam to exam. When you learn exam to exam, you lot of work to be done, and you don't sleep at night. And next day, when you come to the exam hall, your eyes are burning. You feel that somebody has put some sand in your eyes, and you are unable to sit and write the exam. So adjust your timing, do your learning earlier, so that you don't sit all night. And if possible, off your put off your cell phone or your laptop at least 1 hour before sleeping, because you've been watching bright light. You watch a TV and immediately go lie onto the bed. You'll not be able to close your eyes because your eyes is full of light. Okay, that's why we say shut off technology 1 hour before bedtime. The alarm should not be kept on the cot near your head. Keep it away in such a way that if you want to off the alarm, you have to get up from your bed and walk a few steps. Okay, place the alarm in such a way that you have to get up from your bed and walk a few steps to off the alarm. Okay, otherwise, okay, with one hand, tap, you off the alarm, and then turn to the other side and sleep. That shouldn't happen. Wherever you go, try to use a watch so that you're going to be time conscious. You don't waste time. Okay. Motivational strategies. Set a dream board. In your room, you'll have so many posters. Your film stars, your sports stars, All that will be hanging around in your room. But just above the study table, you put a dream board. On the top of the dream board, your ambition. I want to become so and so. Put that board. And then how to reach to that dream board. Yeah, first semester, I scored so much. After the exam, I scored so much. Second semester, I scored so much. You should be able to write it at a higher one. If I scored 80% for the first semester, I should be able to score 84, 85 for the second semester, so that you keep on improving. This is what you should write on the dream board, how to reach there. Or put on captions, okay, you are an automobile engineer. Okay, new type of engines that come out. Okay, put a small caption of that. All that should fill your dream board and not pictures of your sports stars and your film heroes. Okay. Remember your priorities. Why am I going to the institution? I want to become a successful mechanical engineer. I want to be a successful civil engineer. Okay, so that's your first priority. And tell your friends I failed and I can't fail again. Every exam, everyone are not going to get the full marks. You can say, I got only so much marks for the last time. I want a higher mark for the next time. So I can't spend more time socializing. You don't have to be ashamed to say, I failed. No, nothing like that. Anyone can fail. Okay, recall, look on the parent's face when you told of failure. Yeah, it's not anger that comes onto their face first. Sorrow. That sorrow slowly turns into anger. But first is sorrow. And then you decide, no, I don't want my parents to feel sad over me. I don't want my parents to feel sad over me. I want them to keep smiling at me. Your parents will smile at you, keeping all their pains in their mind. Why don't you try to remove those pains from their mind and let them open their mind and laugh? Okay, so you work well. You keep always in mind your parents. Always in mind your parents who lived for you all these years, looking after all your needs all these years, and again still ready to support you. Okay, always keep them in your mind. Post good marks and encouraging feedback. If you score well, you'll be having good feedback from your teachers. Compete and hang out with good students. So you should fall into a group of good students and then try to outbeat them in studies. Okay. Aim higher. Always. I achieved 70% for this test paper. Next time the same subject test paper comes in, I'm going to score 80 or 85. Okay, I try for 80 or 85. I had only 70 in the beginning. So I may get 76, 77 in the next session. Okay, and in the next you can try go to 80 or 85. So always aim higher. Then dream about my future and life I want. Yes, this was, I wanted to become so and so. Always keep dreaming. If I become so and so, what are the benefits? What all I gain? Positive self-talk. Always say, I can do it. Never say, I cannot. No, always, I can do it. That's what we want you to do. Talk with professors and professionals who can inspire you. That's, remember, we mentioned make use of the teachers, make use of the professors that are working for you. They will always support you. a little prayer. I believe in God. So I place all my affairs in the hands of goodness, love, and wisdom. That's God. I place them with supreme confidence. I'm sure He will find ways for me. He will show me the ways, and I can succeed by going through those ways. I have a childlike faith and trust in God. I believe in God. I know there is nothing between me and that which is best for me. I know there is nothing blocking me to reach where I want to be. Only myself, I'm blocking my own way. No, I'm going to open out my mind. I set my mind to what I want to become. Yes, I work to that particular best. I'm filled with enthusiasm and hope. My mind is always ready to work, and I want to know more and more. Look forward to entering into the fullness of life. Yes, I succeed and I live happily. Okay, so what do you feel about what we mentioned till now? Somebody please open out. A few comments came up. More comments are fine. Kevin sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, can I have a discussion with somebody wants to ask something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Some good comments came up. Somebody has commented, Sir's class is better than Idea Sim. It changed my life faster. And Ashwin Haridas, I hope that change is for the best. Rahman, okay. Good, helpful session. Yes, I'll be there in college. You can come and meet me anytime. Yes. See, anyone would like to talk, you can just switch on your microphone and talk. No problem. We'll be happy to listen to you. Yeah, I kept on speaking nearly 1.5 hours, more than that.
Students can mute your mic and you can ask questions to sir.
Maybe half of the students who participated today, they had been into my class earlier. Very few are new. Some names are new to me. So maybe they got used to me like that.
So many of are watching YouTube also, sir. So they cannot directly connect with you.
Okay. That's fine. So, can I wind up then? Kevin sir, can I wind up?
Yes, sir. Then you can wind up. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your motivation and inspirational speech. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Okay. First, I would like to thank the authorities of the institution for giving me this chance. And yes, there are so many things to be done together, and I'm sure we can meet in college, and we'll work together hard. Okay, and we'll bring in a better future for you and for the country. Thank you very much.
So students, next section will be arranged by the university. So it will start at 11:30. So all of you can watch the session through Facebook page of KTU. So